Without being too unkind, some people might suggest that Prince Harry maybe backed the wrong horse. As I told you before, what was fascinating was when Harry came back to London for the, of course, legal court case at the Royal Courts of Justice. Really, those documents showed exactly just what his ex-girlfriend, Chelsea Davy, meant to him. And clearly the protection that he was trying to put around her, you get that. Of course, following on from Chelsea Davy was another young lady, very beautiful blonde, Cressida Bonas. And she was, I've met her, a very nice lady, very, very educated and kind of knew exactly where she wanted to go in life. And sadly, a little bit like Chelsea Davy, she decided that the route down the royal path simply wasn't for her. But she was still naturally very fond of the ex-royal and so consequently, kept in touch until the marriage. What's fascinating now, though, is that both these particular ladies are thriving in their own individual businesses, where some might say, of course, Harry's wife is really struggling. Let me explain. Morning, good to see you. Thank you so much as ever for joining me. Nice to have your company. And I'm glad, by the way, that you enjoyed so many of the recent videos, in particular the Royals and the Missing Cassette. Yes, from the now late Laurie Holloway. Fascinating story, isn't it? I mean, somebody must have it. If you haven't seen the video, do check it out, because it's kind of one of those stories that when he told me, you're thinking, well, didn't you think to take a copy? But as he said, wasn't allowed, wouldn't be able to. And you do look at it like that, don't you? And think, yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that. Would you dare? With Princess Margaret there, and the Queen, and the King, well, Prince of Wales as he was then, you'd be on your best behaviour. Well, I know I would, and there'd be a first, absolutely. Somebody else who's on their best behaviour right now is this particular young lady, Cressida Bonas. And basically, she's now taking on, some people might say, the mantle that's been left wide open from Harry's wife. That's right, the former cable TV actress Meghan Markle. Now, she's already made rumblings about a return to podcasting with her latest company, Lemonada. But Cressida has already basically beaten her to it. She's launching a podcast called Lessons from Our Mothers. And I think this will do really well, in fact, because she's got already reasonably big names, including the former Titanic actress Kate Winslet. But here's where it gets fascinating, I think, because she's interviewing people about exactly what lessons these individual people, celebrities and non-celebrities, what they learned from their mothers and what they took forward and what they decided not to. A very clever conversation, I think, because obviously, particularly as these ladies are mothers themselves now, did they carry that forward or were they a lot, less strict or something like that? Already, this is becoming very successful to the point that syndication and a bigger platform are now being offered, perhaps even in turning this into a TV series. I think this would work very well on daytime. And as I told you recently, of course, Harry's other ex, Chelsea Davy, has now got a very much thriving jewellery career, plus other things in the pipeline too. So one might imagine when he looks back at these ex-squeezers, and I say that with the nicest of terms, they're lovely girls, I've met them both. When he looks back, he might have think, well, what might have been? And currently, of course, he's married to Meghan Markle, who's desperately trying, some might suggest, to emulate with a little bit more difficulties than these two ladies, the sort of projects that now seem to be flying away with absolute ease. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.